Hi, welcome back, everybody. This is another wrong one. This is another random fact video. I'm Ormaster 101.
It is not a random fact video.
Fuck! Fuck it, we're doing it live. This is everybody's favorite Pokemon based on types for everybody that could show up. I'm Ormaster 101.
I'm very ready.
I'm Random Facts.
I'm Primordial Slime.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Primordial Soup. Campbell's. By Campbell's.
My favorite soup.
Anyway, so we're gonna start with we're gonna start from the beginning, normal type, and then we're gonna go through everybody's, and then we'll just keep on doing that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically this website lets you put in whatever type of whatever Pokemon of that type, and we're just going to go through all our favorites of those types.
It's kind of odd it's in the order that it is, but I'm not going to question it.
Well, 'cause I'm pretty sure this is the so for those who don't know, there's another website called it's from Centro Pokemon or whatever. I'm pretty sure this is like the website the order this site uses, the PK diagram. I'm pretty sure this is the official order of types, or at least their release order. It's got Dark and Steel and Fairy at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that does make sense.
I'm pretty sure one goes first.
All right. Anyway, we're starting with Aka's choice for a normal.
So my choice of normal type changed very recently. From for it to Porygon 2 because I've been using Porygon a lot very recently in my recent Platinum run, and he's a very silly guy, and I love him.
That's fun. I like that.
Yeah, I like that one because it's it's sort of like one of the difficult to get ones technically.
That and also Porygon Z is a corrupted creature, and I feel mean about turning him into Porygon Z.
Yeah, I like Porygon. I like Porygon too. But then, like you said, Porygon Z is this feels like intentionally amputating an animal. Like this feels like
but it gets stronger and has adaptability.
Well, I think the vibe of Porygon Z is just like you accidentally turn Porygon 2 into Porygon Z because it's a dubious disc that you end up given to him.
It's the same reason I don't resurrect any of the Galar fossils. Because it's like this is pain. They are in pain. Like
yeah, but they're so good though.
Okay, now
they're considered vicious rend.
Now we'll swap over to Beth's stream. Whoa, Hyperlight streaming.
Wouldn't your stream be next in order since you
both
have a name?
Okay, so we're on mine right now. So I don't really think about Pokemon a whole lot from a competitive point of view. I like how they look and stuff. So my favorite normal type, it has been this way since it came out, is where is she? Where is he?
Castform.
Oh God, no. Well, Castform has a special place in my heart, but sorry, I'm not
like balls.
You can type.
There we go. Ursaluna Blood Moon form.
You say I don't care about competitive, and then you pick one of the best competitive Pokemon.
I just like how Ursaluna looks. I think it's a nice looking Pokemon. I like its little red what's the word? It's little red moon. No, that's like moon marking. I also like how the story kind of ties back. The story of finding Ursaluna Blood Moon form ties back to Legends of Arceus in the DLC.
You mean Legends of Arceus?
Yeah, Arceus.
Arby's.
RKS system.
Arby's. We have the plates.
But yeah, Blood Moon.
Arby's, we have the beef and cheddar.
Blood Moon. I really like this guy.
Blood Moon Solgaleo.
The really fucked up one, the lion that ate the sun from fucking uh, last dilemma, virtue's last reward.
But yeah, these are my thoughts on. This is what I like in a normal type. Anybody else have anything to say about my normal type pick?
I like Ursaluna.
No,
I kind of prefer regular Ursaluna. Blood Moon, pretty good.
Yeah, it has claws.
my stream's still visible. My stream's still visible, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I've swapped over to. I've swapped things back over.
Yeah, for some reason I have an error on my end, but as long as you can still see it, that's all that matters.
Yep, we can still see it. We can see your normal
Yeah,
fire,
so,
etc., etc.
so normal is one that I had difficulty deciding on because it was either going to be what I pick or something that I swap in later.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had difficulty finding a particular attachment on this one. I picked Kangaskhan
Oh, that's
because, like,
fun.
it's yeah. I like playing Kangaskhan without the Megastone
Mm-hmm.
in like a mono normal team. Like it's even without the Mega making it OP, it's still just a pretty useful Pokemon, or at least it was whenever the
It's a
hell I actually used to play Showdown.
it's a kangaroo lizard mom.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
it,
Then I'll like if it wasn't this, it would be like Blissey or something. But like I don't feel that would be true.
no,
I remember I remember coming up with a concept of just like Pokemon bad parents, and it's just like I just use all the Pokemon that like use their babies in combat, and so you
I
use,
mean, the baby could take care of itself. The thing was like Uber, wasn't it?
but no, you use like you Kangaskhan, and then you use the Dragon Ghost that fires its babies, and then you
I mean,
use
they like doing that. It's
Maushold.
stated.
yeah, the dragon ghost babies crave violence.
It's true, they do. That's
Dude,
real.
household is weaponized fucking.
Okay, and then finally, Chris, what is your favorite
Okay.
normal type?
So this is also probably gonna be the only legendary, but my favorites. Can I just type
Are you
in?
gonna put Arceus for every single one?
Nope.
Oh, Melota!
That would be really
And
funny, actually.
I have a issue deciding between the two forms. I like them kind of equally, but yeah, Milota.
The Miku Pokemon.
Hatsune Miku,
Hatsune Miku!
Pegasus
Yeah,
Beam.
the Miku Pokemon.
Miku!
It's like one of
Wow.
the few legendaries I actually really like.
Oh, so you don't like Mew?
Mew's alright.
Oh, so you don't like Mewtwo?
I like Mew more than Mewtwo,
Damn. Alright, and now
but
back.
I like Zapdos more than either of them.
Okay,
You
back.
don't like the what was the cloning group called again?
Colossal.
Colossal Mew.
It's just a naked mole rat that they've injected several kilos of DNA into.
Poisons into.
Oh, no, not poison.
You see,
Poison?
the issue with calling Mewtwo Colossal's Mew is that the scientists who made Mewtwo actually used Mew's DNA.
Okay, so we're back to Akka, and now we're on to the fire type. Akka, what is your favorite fire
Fire
type?
type. Whoa, the fire type. This one, I just went Ninetales because it's pretty.
You know what? That's pretty solid.
It's Finnick.
Yeah, I prefer it's like older sprites where it's like sitting in a very like elegant way, but you know, this is fine too.
My biggest
Yep.
issue with Ninetales is that in so many cases it's almost impossible to evolve it because you can't find a fucking Firestone.
Oh.
Beth, what are your
Well, no,
opinions on
I like
Ninetales?
Vulpix, I like Ninetales.
Yeah, Ninetales would probably have been my pick. It's like probably one of the when I go to like favorite Pokemon, I generally don't put a lot of Gen 1s as my favorite. Most of my formative, like I played Pokemon Red when it came out, around when it came out,
Okay.
but most
Oh,
of my formative memories are from like Gen 2.
see, most of mine are from Gen 4, and that game had no fire types, so...
Oh yeah. It had like
It
chimp.
had no
What are you
bitches.
talking about? It had Rapidash
It had
and
Rapidash and
Rapidash
Infernape,
and
and
Flareon and
not
Rapidash again.
not until Platinum.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah.
Yep. My turn.
Ninetales, yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So this one's gonna be a little, well, not necessarily weird. I For my fire type, I really like Scorch. He carried me through a lot of Sword and Shield, or what's it, Beth?
Carried me through a lot of hard times. Carried me through
Yeah,
my depression.
yeah. It carried me through. It carried me through my parents' divorce and my dog dying. These are all fake things, by the way.
It divorced my parents. It burned my
But,
dog.
but your dog did die.
But so I was really excited about Scorch because it was one of the Pokemon that I kind of like got spoiled on its Gigantamax form, and I thought it was really interesting, but unfortunately, uh you can't catch like a vanilla Pokemon with their Gigantamax form. You had to do the raids and Sword and Shield to get Gigantamax forms, and that kind of sucked, to be honest.
Well, you can put the Gigantamax effect onto Pokemon in the DLC.
Well, I never got the DLC. I this is gonna sound really bad. I didn't finish. Which one did I didn't finish Shield.
Uh,
I think I beat what's his face, the rock dude, with the MILF mom.
yes.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that guy wasn't in Shield. That
Oh,
guy was in Sword.
oh, then I had Shield. No,
Then he
Yeah,
had
it's Sword.
Sword.
okay, no, hey, fuck. No, I had Shield because I fought the MILF mom.
All right.
Because Sword and Shield is
Gordy is
weird
his
in that
name, and Melanie is the other one.
yes, as Melanie is the one everybody remembers because she's hot. Sword and Shield is the weird instance where it's like one of the only games in recent memory where I bought both versions
Mm-hmm.
by accident, by coincidence mostly because like I bought Sword, but I liked all the characters in Shield better. I liked Alistair and Melanie more than I liked what's his name in Bay. And then the DLC was coming out, and I liked the character from Shield more. So it was like, fuck it. This is back when I had fucking money, so it was like, okay, I'll just buy Shield and get rid of Sword at some point.
That's fair.
All right.
Okay, Beth, it is your turn.
Okay. So Fire. Speaking of Colossal, is Colossal.
Okay, honestly, pretty
Oh
solid
yeah, and I was
pick.
gonna say on Scorch, you also have the advantage of fire bug type that you can use in a playthrough.
Honestly, Colossal,
Yeah, 'cause
pretty solid choice. I also like Colossal a whole lot.
Hmm?
like it has a cool design. I like its evolutionary stages, and most of all, because in the game it came out in, there's a build I discovered with Empoleon,
Mm-hmm.
where if you use the assault vest boosts its special defense by 50%, and then if you just pump up its defense to where it's over 300 and then put the assault vest on it, you have 300 in both defenses on a bulky Pokemon, and Colossal is the only other Pokemon I've been able to pull that off with, aside from Empoleon. And like I use this thing a lot in battle, whatever the battle tower was called in Sword and Shield.
Okay.
The Gigantamax form really goes off. Plus, it's a fire type that can reasonably use Scald.
My biggest
Unlike
critique with Colossal was that
unlike
they
say
didn't carry
unlike
it
say
good.
unlike say Embor.
Poor
I was gonna
Ember.
say, my biggest critique with Colossal is that they didn't carry the train theme from like the cart theme from the first two into its Gigantamax, which I think would be neat if it had become like a volcano mountain with like a train or something for his Gigantamax.
So I do like its evolution pages and Carcoal. The thing that gets me about Carcoal is it looks fine in its normal art, but then you see it with its mouth open, and the Carcoal's open mouth, glowing teeth make my teeth hurt to look at.
Oh, he has teeth?
Yeah, I mean, he has teeth,
Ew!
but the way they're like spaced out, like this looks like somebody brushed their teeth raw.
You're right, that does...
It looks like you've been at the state
Because here it
fair
looks
and
like Sonic.
exclusively eating like cotton candy and flaming hot Cheetos
Or
and
uh
drinking like red smoothies,
or
like slushies.
or it just you've been exclusively eating like chamoy, like fucking soaked like peach rings the whole time.
What?
Chamoy
Did I
soaked peach
It's a
rings.
thing.
I don't even know what chamoy is.
No, chamoy. Chamoy or
Yeah,
the
How do you
the
spell
CHAMOI.
it?
It's
It's some sort of Mexican sauce.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's usually paired with tahini a whole lot.
All right.
And you put it on fruit or sour candy for some reason. Or pickles. I don't know why. Anyway, oh god damn it.
Put that shit on everything.
Put that shit on everything like Frank's Red Hot. Chris, what is your favorite fire type?
So my favorite fire type is Alolan Marowak.
That is a pretty solid choice, actually.
It's the second I remember seeing it in Sun and Moon, it was like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah,
And
it
plus,
was a good
Marowak's
pick
always
for
been one
making
of
it
my
a
favorite
properly
Pokemon.
Polynesian.
Hmm?
It still gets me how they had the fire dancer ghost fire type based off the like Polynesian fire dancing, but they didn't include the other Polynesian character from the franchise, which was Phoebe from the Gen 3 Elite Four.
Oh yeah, she does exist.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
my favorite
yeah.
fire type.
I really like Alolan Marowak. It's a solid choice. Anyway, on to water. Uh, okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite water type?
So, um, this has just been because I keep using it in playthroughs. Azumarill. I just keep using it.
Yeah.
He's just a silly little guy. He's just a friend.
But he is not little.
He's a bit little.
They're
Get
like
out of here.
they're like human size.
I'm not.
Hang on a minute.
How big are they? How tall are they? Doesn't matter. They're silly little guys.
As a barrel.
And
It's like 2 feet tall. It's like 2'7".
yeah, no, that's a little guy. If I've ever.
They
Huh.
confirmed manlet.
You could pop it in your mouth.
I don't want to actually. He's just a friend.
Aw.
It's
And
2'7" and it weighs 62.
What are you guys implying?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Are you guys implying that I'm a quitter? I'm gonna
I-
pop Azumarill into my fucking mouth.
I don't like that this is becoming a running gag.
What, me popping Pokemon into my mouth?
you could
We
probably
need to
do the
get you a
tail.
muzzle.
The tail would probably work.
Okay. Let me swap over screen. Scene 2.
Would not be able to get it out, and you would die.
No, I don't think that would happen.
Like a light bulb?
Okay.
Eat a
So
light bulb every day of my life.
I eat 2 light bulbs every day of my life. Okay, so
Without any milk.
So moving on to my favorite water type. Unless anybody has anything else to say about Azumarill. Nope.
Just the way you say Azumarill.
Yeah, Azumarill. My
A lot of you people didn't get the 3DS Pokédex, and it shows.
my favorite water type is Seismitoad. Because I'm furry trash.
Okay.
You know,
furry?
until you said that, I didn't think this was a lustful choice.
I've seen a lot
I mean, I would.
I've seen a lot of porn.
I agree with him.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I have no strong opinions on Seismitoad.
Well, that's because you haven't played Unova.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. Seismitoad in Unova sucks. It sucks ass. However, Seismitoad was one of the 3 Pokemon I would use in the Battle Tower in like Sword and Shield. It went with my Gigantamax Colossal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the problem with Seismitoad and Unova is that you kind of get his first evolved form too little too late, I believe, for it to be really useful for any of the other gyms.
It's kind of funky that all of the water ground types we have are amphibians.
Maybe.
Yes,
makes sense, but
because they'd all be water types.
Bastardon. Yes, Bastardon.
Oh, that's a snail.
Is an amphibian. Yeah, so the reason why Seismitoad sucked in Gen 5 is because it was a physical water type, as a water type physical attacker that didn't get any good physical water moves because the only ones would have been Aqua Tail and Waterfall, and it didn't get those.
Are you telling me that Seismitoad doesn't have a tail?
Why would you not give it Waterfall?
Well,
yeah, it did get Waterfall back then, but now there's more options for physical water moves that it can learn, like with Liquidation or something.
Alright.
Okay. Beth, it is your turn. What is your favorite water type?
Yeah, so before this, it was Seismitoad.
Oh.
The more honest answer the more honest answer would be Octillery, just because, like I said, most of my formative memories were from Gen 2. Like, Octillery is just so very useful, and in fact, I'm doing a Pokemon Crystal playthrough on the 3DS Virtual Console, where you can't get Octillery, as it turns out.
Huh.
Like, I honestly think after I finish this Crystal playthrough, I'm just going to do a Heart Gold playthrough, because it's I'm suddenly realizing, because like, oh yeah, I really like Pokemon Crystal, except Pokemon Crystal has all these pitfalls. Like, it has all this other stuff, but it has all this other stuff that's left out for the sake of trading between other games, so you have reasons to buy the other games.
It's like, what do you mean you successfully added Sneasel to Ice Path, but then Mareep for no damn reason?
Like, that was kind of the problem with a lot of like final like, you know, like the final like choice for, like, you know, back when they did like Crystal and Emerald and stuff like that, they would like fully remove like the version exclusive Pokemon from like each game, essentially. So like, I think Emerald was missing a lot of Pokemon as well.
Yeah,
but I really like Octillery as a choice, because like, just people are like, why does a fish turn into an octopus? And it's like, well, did you know that Remoraid used to be a fucking gun?
Well, I mean, it still is. It's a triggerfish Remora, but yeah, it's a gun that evolves into a tank.
Yeah. It's just it's a little less pronounced in its final sprite art as compared to
its actual design, because like, there were betas where Remoraid looked more like a revolver and Octillery had a helmet looked more like a tank.
Oh, that's so fun.
Oh yeah, I also
Frankly,
remember that
fine with the meta.
because I remember that apparently Leafeon was planned way earlier than when it was actually introduced. Because there was a beta Leafeon in the gold silver beta
Okay.
that got cut.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that was I think they changed that because they wanted something. The thing about the evolutions is that they are advertisement Pokemon. Like the first three evolutions are advertisements for, hey, you can do stone evolutions. The Espeon and Umbreon, they're advertisements for, hey, we have day-night cycles now. Leafeon and Glaceon and Gen 4 are like, the whole thing, the big thing was like, oh, you can evolve Pokemon depending on the area they're in.
And then Sylveon
That's
was
probably why
like,
that
"Oh, hey, it's
changed.
the new fairy type."
That and the
Yeah, it was made to
Pokemon
advertise the fucking Pokemon Me.
Oh yeah. Okay,
That gives
Chris,
me
what is your
fucking
favorite
stories
water
on that.
type?
Well, speaking of Remoraid,
Uh huh.
my favorite water type is Mantine.
Hell yeah.
And I don't
Mantine.
really have much of an explanation for this other than stingrays are probably like stingrays and manta rays are probably my favorite fish. And I just like Mantine.
Mantine. What noise does it make when
Yeah,
it?
it's honestly a good Pokemon. Uh, most though, unfortunately, mostly just like defensive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it didn't get a flying type move for the longest time.
Yeah, water type gym. I'm trying to make a joke here. Uh, fuck it, never mind it. I was gonna say it's a shame what Mantine did to Marlin from Unova, but it took too long. But yeah, Mantine.
What do you mean by that?
I
What do you
was,
mean? Hold on. What do you mean by that?
He's
I
making
was,
a joke reference to Steve Irwin dying from a stingray.
yeah, which is a little bit fucked
Okay,
up.
but this is a Meta Ray.
Shit.
Honestly, in terms of water type, there's a couple good options. Like I really like Corsola as well. I like Gyarados, but Mantine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, before to keep talking, I need to pull something up.
Okay.
Let's see. Where's it?
I like Corsola, and I like Cursula. I am confused as why Cursula is not Ghost Rock. Uh,
Hmm,
Oh, okay.
that was a
You
thing.
hear that?
Yeah, we
anyway, Aka Grass type.
Grass type. Whoa, yippee, yay. One of us had to do it, so I guess I'll be the first to do it. To pick a starter because it's where the fuck?
Oh.
It's
You already
Turtwig.
typed in the name. Yeah.
Oh,
It's Turtwig.
just straight up Turtwig.
Turtwig.
I mean, Torterra is on the same level, but Turtwig, my beloved.
It's a
I thought
turtle,
you were gonna
and
be
it's clear.
something. I thought you were gonna pick like a Cooper answer. It's like somebody had to, and I'm gonna pick Serena.
But no, I was. It's a miracle we've gotten through fire, water, grass so far without somebody picking a starter yet,
You know what? That's fair.
and
Okay.
I had to do it. I just have to. I can't beat my little turtle guy. I'm so sorry.
However,
Fair enough.
Serena does have toes. I don't know why I
No, it
said that.
doesn't.
I
It literally doesn't.
yeah, I'm pretty sure those are just like nubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Turtwig's solid. I like turtles, as evidenced by the fact I used to raise and care for turtles and like breed turtles. So I
So
really
what
like
you're saying
turtles.
is, I like turtles.
Yeah,
Yes, I like
like
turtles
turtle
too.
tortoises.
But I like to eat turtles. That's the joke here.
No,
Do you think people
oh
make
my little bat.
Do you think people make soup out of Turtwig in universe?
Oh, probably.
That's kind of.
We have a whole series discussing that.
Anyway, Aura, you're up.
Okay, give me 1 second.
So go ahead and pull up Serena
Well,
and
okay, listen, you fuck. Just because I joked about it doesn't mean that's my fucking choice for my grass type.
Actually, Hisuian Lilligant.
y'all are nasty. Where is he? It's in a similar vein to what I was making fun of. It's Appletoon. I really like Appletoon.
Oh, Appleton, my beloved,
Yeah.
actually. That's a good choice.
Yeah. So
There's no E at the end.
I know. I realize it's just Appleton. I'm sorry. He's a pretty solid choice. I he was also a pretty good wall. He helped me out a lot in my Pokemon Sword and Shield playthrough. And he's just a little guy.
yeah, he's smaller than I thought he'd be.
Yeah, can't you pop? Okay,
Yeah.
I know I joke about it like every time, but you can actually pop
Oh,
this guy.
yeah.
Really? Are you
It's like the size of a dog. Like the size of an actual tortoise.
woof 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 bark bark
I
bark.
do like the worm in an apple joke with Applin. I do find it very odd that Applin has so much fucking attention
Yeah,
of all things.
like
Yeah, it's got like 3 evolution lines.
Diplin
Not like
was a choice that I did not see was coming, but Scarlet and Violet brought it with the DLC. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
It is kind of funky that it
Like, I
also
get it
Diplin
because
gets
it's
a third evolution.
a
Yes,
second
Diplin
evolution.
evolves into Hydrapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has like 7 different forms technically because the other 2 forms have Gigantamax forms.
Oh yeah.
Or identical. I
Yeah.
assume space saving reasons.
No, that makes
This is
sense.
very good. Okay, is it my turn?
Yes, it is your turn. What is your grass type?
Okay, Rumble.
Oh my
Where are the
fuck!
toes? You fucking lied to me. You fucking lied to me.
No,
Can't believe
see,
you do this.
she's like a horse where they only have one toe. And it's the entire lower leg.
I'm sure you could find that if you looked it up. I've seen some horrendous things online.
I don't want to look that up, actually.
Horses are cursed.
Horses are cursed with living.
Well,
Okay, so
I'm gonna be a fast-moving
really like
land animal that has one fucking toe.
Oh, Swadloon, I love this guy.
I really like
Yeah.
Swadloon's design.
He's just a
I
little...
like that entire family, to be honest.
He's wearing a onesie.
yeah, he's so cozy.
Just the hikikomori aspect. I actually have like the one decent toy of Swadloon that they've actually made, and it's meant to be like a finger puppet, but like it looks just exactly like the Pokemon.
Love that.
And I'm like, I prefer it as it is.
Swadloon walked so Ogrepon could run.
Hey.
What do you mean by that?
So Ogrepon has a very similar like face, like cloak thing to Swadloon,
I mean,
but
I guess.
they gave it like legs.
They cured its depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is just like a ball on the underside. It is just like round on the underside if you look at the 3D models.
Love a little round guy. Just love super small guy.
Well, as we've established, Stig is a little round guy who is like shorter than 3 feet tall.
Okay, Stig,
Okay.
what is your grass type?
Maractus.
Maractus, my beloved. These are all such good picks.
It's a cactus. It's maracas. I
Finally,
like how it's a grass type that lives in the desert.
You could eat it.
Would you say it was a Coumaran?
I don't think that's a good pick.
I forgot what Beth said.
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's not a Kuma pick. I
But
disagree with the fact that it's a Kuma pick.
You don't.
Maractus is just a silly little creature.
It's a cactus.
You don't look.
Yeah.
You don't look at the right.
Literally, we live in different.
No, I'm with
Literally,
Beth on this.
we live in different circles.
Yeah, you don't look at Maractus and you're like, damn, I can't wait to bust on it. You don't think that?
No, God no. I think
Oh, it's a
silly little
cactus.
creature. I think the Shiggy Wiggy. I think the silly.
Yes, because but we can think that with every even vaguely feminine Pokemon you see.
So I'm not getting over the fact that you're like, oh, it's a Coomer answer, and I'm like, it's a fucking
Yes, Jack, I
cactus.
said it as a joke.
It's covered in spines.
I did not say it as a joke.
No, it isn't. Just hang on a second.
Its hands are
There's
spines. It's got
it
spines
has
on
like
its head,
8
and
spikes. It has like 8 spikes that is not covered. It is not a literal cactus.
Anyway, the Akka, are you ready for your next choice so we can get away from this topic of?
Unless Jack has
I
anything else to
sure
say.
am. Here we are. Pachirisu, my beloved.
Boo! Boo!
Are you booing me for Pachirisu?
No, I'm booing Pachirisu for being Pachirisu.
What the fuck?
Pachirisu's the worst. Pachirisu's the worst Pikachu ripoff.
What the fuck?
What are you talking about? In what way?
I
there
don't.
are worse. There are worse Pikachu ripoffs.
I don't know. I think.
Dedenne
Pachirisu is
exists.
practically legendary for its BGC tournament thing.
It did win Worlds. That is
I
true.
do remember that. Okay, I'll give it up for Pachirisu.
Like,
I
don't
do
see
think
how
its
you.
name is.
Go ahead.
I will say its name is a bit of a mouthful because with the tradition with the Pokemon or with the Pikachu XPs is they retain the Japanese name, but then we got like Togdemaru or whatever the hell, however the hell it's pronounced.
Talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Damn. Chris is overcompensating. I'm kidding now.
So I remember watching something where somebody saw the word Pachirisu and was like, God, what a horrible unpronounceable Japanese name, and this is like, why would you name it that? And it's like you could choose the same way, but that one's easier for everybody because it's been grandfathered into our lexicon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why you could say that Pachirisu is the worst Pikachu clone when Pikachu exists.
Well, Pikachu's not a clone of Pikachu. It's just Pikachu. Okay.
I hate Pikachu.
I did in my crystal playthrough. I just hatched a shiny Pichu, which isn't useful.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I'm fine with Raichu and Pichu. I hate Pikachu though. But anyway,
I can certainly get disdain for it because it's the mascot Pokemon and gets pushed absolutely everywhere.
it's the same reason my love of Charizard has waned.
No, that's fair. Wait, my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, my electric pick is a Toxicity, specifically low-key form.
I'm surprised you didn't choose its pre-evolution.
Why?
What? Why the fucking boss baby?
Exactly. That's like your favorite film franchise.
No, this is not Factutainment canon. I do not enjoy the Boss Baby films at all, period.
The only movie I've watched, and watched another movie is like, oh, this will give me real boss baby vibes. Yeah, I don't get why the Pokemon that it just looks like a semi-realistic baby with the fat cheeks and diaper evolved into a fucking British rock star.
Yeah, I don't know why that's the case either, but it's still a I just like the vibes of toxicity.
Yeah, that's good.
Plus, I think electric poison is a very interesting type combination.
Yeah. And they certainly made a good representation for their first electric poison type, unlike Volcanion.
Oh, poor Volcanion.
Yeah. I remember thinking for a long time, like, how would they do electric poison type? And I also came to the idea of like, well, noise pollution. But I was thinking like a train.
I'm starting to think you have a thing for trains.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I long for what I can't have living in the United States. Uh,
My precious rail system.
good,
I
reliable public
failed to.
transportation.
Oh shit, was that Goofy?
Anyway, Beth, you're up.
Yeah, so I actually moved one of. Let's see, when I was putting the list together, I moved one to another so I could make room for this.
Belly
Because
ball!
my favorite electric type is. Yeah, I actually just recently got the giant, like it's like 2 feet tall, the Squishmallow of Bolt.
Oh my god.
Because usually these things are like $40, and it was down to like 13 or something.
Love that for you.
It's like it is a very good electric type. It's one of the ones I've been able to do the assault vest thing with, that I described with Colossal. It's just such a good design.
And
Yeah.
you could smack its tum tum and do a little reggae
For some
boost.
reason, and I don't really understand why, but for some reason, every time I think of Belly Bolt, I think of that one GIF with like the toy that goes blah 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 and then explodes.
Oh,
The
I mean,
the
that's kind of what happens.
the fucking the atomic explosion. I know what you're talking about. It's like the pink toy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god, that's my favorite
I mean,
fucking
yeah, it
thing.
does that.
Uh oh no. Belly bolt
I think
contracts.
it's neat that those are like fake eyes it has on the side. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly more pleasing than the actual frog that has the eye spots on its back that look horrifying.
yeah. Okay, my
Yep. So Chris, tell us your favorite electric type and tell us why it's Pikachu.
it is
Pikachu!
Electivire.
Oh, interesting.
Uh, I've always kind of just liked Electabuzz and Elekid, and then when Electivire came out, I'm like, yeah, Electric Sasquatch. I like Bigfoot. I think it's a neat design to have like this big electrical, like thunderous ape, and yeah,
And it's a 10 out of 10
The thing
Coomer
that-
bait.
I mean, maybe for Stag.
no,
No,
Actually,
it's for me.
it would probably be Cooper Bait for Cowboy. Bigfoot is real, and he tried to suck my dick. Okay, the thing that gets me about Electivire is its face, because like its face doesn't resemble the other two members of the evolutionary line.
Yeah, it
yeah,
is a little weird. Kind of.
Like Elekid and Electabuzz both have very distinct eyes at the very least,
Mhm.
because they were from Gen 1 and Gen 2.
Mhm.
Like, this is sort of a thing with a lot of the Gen 4 new evolutions. They, like, look some kind of distinctly weirder than the other ones. Like, distinctly different in a way that's weird, because, like, it's Magnezone kind of does the same thing. And I guess Frostlass technically does the same thing, but none of Snorunt's evolutions quite look like it. I think also the black fingers are maybe weird. I like the rest of it. I just wish it had Electabuzz's eyes.
I wonder what it would look like if we photoshopped Electabuzz's eyes onto it.
yeah. Maybe if like yeah, you kept the eyes. I could see maybe you keep the shape and make them red, but yeah,
That Electabuzz was giving some
It
bedroom
does
eyes.
continue the. I do like the twin tails as like live wires, and the charger shape on its back.
Yep.
this gives me Eggman robot vibes for some reason.
Yeah,
It is very Eggman robot shaped, like specifically like the Sonic Heroes
The ones,
variations.
yeah, the ones they started using in Sonic Heroes.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Akka.
Oh,
Akka, what is your favorite ice type? And if it's not Glaceon, I'll kill. I'm kidding.
well, lucky for you. Where the fuck? It's Glaceon.
Hey,
I can't.
Glaceon.
I have to apologize to Alolan Ninetales, but
Well, because an Alolan Ninetales is not as good as regular Ninetales.
no, it's
Not
better. It's better. It's better. I'll be so real with you right
Okay,
now. Alolan Ninetales
because
is better than
Snow
Kanto
Warning.
Ninetales.
So the fact that Snow Warning does not boost Ice type moves because Hail doesn't boost Ice type moves, so it's mostly just like you're using it to use Aurora Veil to boost your team's
Yes,
defenses
and
or whatever.
Aurora Veil is an incredible move. And it's like specifically on Alolan Ninetales because it has snowboarding. It's
Okay,
on Alolan Ninetales, Aurora Veil is both screens in one turn with no drawbacks.
that is correct. However, I like a Sun or Ultra Sun playthrough, I used Alolan Ninetales, and it wasn't very good because it's like without its hidden ability, it doesn't do anything.
Mom, stop fighting.
my biggest problem with Glaceon is that you can't use it in any playthrough.
You can.
No,
What do you
it's
mean?
that so often Nintendo likes to make the how to evolve Glaceon be really late game,
Oh yeah.
and it's like, why did you do this?
I think the only time
Don't know.
Scarlet and Violet, you just need to evolve it on the ice on the mountaintops, right? Or am I crazy?
That's
I
still
know.
really late
No,
game though.
you get an ice stone. They
Oh,
added an ice
Yeah,
stone for
Oh yeah,
Glaceon,
oh, I forgot about that.
and Leafeon can evolve with the Leaf Stone now. It's
I, I don't want to say this is putting the evolution on there. It's the stereotype trans answer.
So
yeah.
so Glaceon and Leafeon get stones to evolve, but you still gotta flip your system upside down to evolve Inkay? What the fuck?
Okay, but that's funny.
Yeah. That
Anyways,
evolutionary method is so funny because you can't explain it in universe. You basically you just have to look it up.
I do have to go in like 20
Oh
minutes.
shit, okay.
So, do you
I
mind if I
say
just
yeah.
blitz through mine?
Just go. Yeah, go blitz through yours.
Alright. Is that okay?
Just real quick,
Okay, hang on, let me
if that's okay with everyone.
I would be
Yeah.
fine with that if you need
Yeah.
to leave in 20 minutes. Hang on, let me swap screens. Okay, we're back to you.
Okay, so after Glaceon, my beloved, I need Alola Ninetales to forgive me, even though I pair the two up a lot in VGC because Blizzard spam go burr. Um, Fighting type. I'm keeping the trend going. It's another Gen 4. It's Riolu, my beloved.
Hey.
Tiny baby. I love
See,
him.
the thing I don't like about this Pokemon is that it's a baby for no reason when babies are generally supposed to be baby Pokemon are supposed to be like additional pre-evolutions to already existing Pokemon. The fact that this is a baby Pokemon for no reason just made it incredibly difficult to breed Lucario for the longest time. Because
Yeah,
you'd have to
I
evolve it before breeding it again.
yeah. Um, but poison type. Clodsire, my
Also,
beloved.
contrary to what Cowboy believes, Lucario was never a legendary Pokemon. I don't know why he thinks that.
I assume it's just because you probably think that just because it's a very popular Pokemon, its own movie.
Yeah.
Clodsire's
It
fun.
does have its own movie. Clodsire, my beloved. He's just a silly guy. Fucking look at him.
He opens his mouth and he
Um,
goes, ah!
Every
I
time I
like.
think of Clodsire, I think of
I do the
there's
same
a
thing.
one comic where it's Rika and she's like taking care of her Pokemon, like putting him to sleep, and she tucks Clodsire and then kisses his head, and then she like falls on the ground because he's poison type.
Um, Clodsire, my beloved. with Poison, there's like a lot that I'd be like, that's okay. But Clodsire is the first like real Poison type, other than like the other grass types, that I'd be like, damn, I actually like this Pokemon.
Yeah, a big part of making these lists is juggling as many of your favorite Pokemon in as you can, just slotting them in wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, hello, where are you?
Is it Wooper?
Gliscor, my beloved.
Gliscor. Love Gliscor.
Yeah.
We can see a trend of me being a fucking Gen 4 baby.
This reminds me. This actually reminds me. There's a YouTuber I used to watch. I'm not going to name them because I'm going to talk shit about them. They're a streamer where they're like, my first game were Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or like one of the Gen 4 games, and it's like, anyway, all the games before Gen 4 were bad, and only the ones I grew up on were good.
Oof. Did he know that Heart Gold and Soul Silver technically came before Gen 4?
Yeah, because he's like, we don't need Gen 2 games anymore because we have the Gen 4 remakes. We don't need Gen 3 games anymore because we have Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Jesus.
Shut the fuck up.
Like I think the original games definitely have their valid points. Sometimes the original games are better than the remakes. Looking at you, Diamond Pearl. But
Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl's faults are the result of Diamond and Pearl being just like that.
Yeah, no,
well, yeah, but they also just refuse to fix anything.
Yeah, well, the fixes to Diamond and Pearl are in Platinum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Platinum is the best Sinnoh game. It's not even close.
I will argue that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are kind of worse than Diamond and Pearl because of how badly they handled the overworld and moving. Because you're no longer on a grid, but they didn't like expand the like dimensions so that you can like move around freely. So it's kind of really difficult to move through certain areas because it's still on the small grid like it was in Diamond and Pearl, but your character is no longer locked to moving on that grid, so you end up stuck unless you're like trying to focus on anyway.
How's that mono bug blue playthrough going, by the way?
None of my Pokemon have any good moves.
Anyways, flying type. Where is Chatot, my beloved? I'm so sorry.
Like
This fucking thing.
I'm doing recently.
Yeah, you can just type them.
I'm doing decently in the run, but it's just like none of these have stab. What the fuck?
Chatot, love him.
Chatot, my beloved. Little bird. Little guy. Little parrot.
Chris,
He sings.
Chris, you really like.
He says slurs.
Whoa, hang on.
He does.
What?
It's like the whole gimmick of him in the DS games is that Chatter lets you record with the DS mic, and it changes his cry.
And they removed that ability in like the next gen because people were saying slurs in tournaments.
Yes, because he was banned from tournaments from the start, like officially, and banned from online play because of Chatter. Because they didn't want to deal with people yelling slurs at children through a fucking bird. Yeah.
Maybe the children should deal with slurs. I'm kidding. No.
Also, a big part in Mystery Dungeon, so that's a big thing as well. The DS
asshole
one.
in Mystery Dungeon.
He is a big asshole in Mystery Dungeon, but I love him. He's my beloved.
Talk about Chaddock's big asshole.
Shut up.
Anyways, I've seen plenty of Chaddot's big asshole in a. Ooh.
Hey, it's the giraffe.
I'm a big fan. Just big fan. That's. Psychic is another type where it's like, oh, I like a few of these, and then Farigiraf came out. I was like, this builds on Girafarig in every good way.
Yeah, and it looks
I
I
like
like
appreciate
the
this
I
way.
like the design. I like Fergaraff's design, but it's the fact that they made it slower. Not really. Like I use Giraffarig as a fast baton passer to set up stats and baton pass stats off to other people, and the fact that they made it slower kind of defeats the purpose of what I was specifically using it for. But I like the design.
I mean, it's really good in Trick Room now because it's slower.
You ever seen the
And that might be
beta
what they were going
Giraffarig
for.
design?
No, I
The
haven't.
where the beta
Yeah,
is,
again,
it's the beta Giraffarig design where it's like two giraffes.
like a cat dog
it's
situation.
basically the same on. It's the same on both sides, but like the back half looks more like the front half, but it's still dark.
Yeah.
Um,
I actually just saw somebody's like fake mod Mega Giraffarig design where the back half gets all bulky and powerful, and I'm just looking at this like, and it's like turned around, and I'm like, wouldn't it have a butthole on its chest
I,
No, it vomits the poop.
I don't like that.
to attack?
Yeah.
Poison type.
Anyways, bug type. This one, I don't know. Bug type is difficult for me, but I went with yeah, silly creature. Just a silly guy. Just a friend.
Just a
It's
Look
cool.
at
one of
it.
the Pokemon in the crowd that I like to call. This is three guys taped together.
Well, it is three guys taped together,
I'll
but
get
they're
it.
all good
I'll actually get
friends.
into that later.
He's also the
Um,
Pokemon that's like, this is gonna fuck trying to get the Pokedex together because I forget what it's
it's a female-only evolution, and you have to use it. You have to get it from honey trees.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, and I think
But
its female ratio is really low.
Yep,
it might be. I don't know.
it
Anyways,
is. It's
is it 1/8? Or is
yeah.
it
There
like
were 1/7 or whatever. It's
damn?
like the one in yeah.
Um. Anyway, favorite rock type? It's Minior. He's
Hey,
so fun.
rock
He's so
cannon.
friend. This has been a trend. It's just look at him. He's the best.
I do
He's
like
so.
its gimmick
The
of
loot box Pokemon.
it
It is the
sheds
loot
its
box
shell and then
Pokemon.
gains a shit ton of speed.
Yeah, I like that.
But
I
loses
like.
defense.
I also like how it
Like a
comes
lot
in
of
many different flavors.
a lot of Pokemon in that generation had things where
Is
your
that the
HP
last
drops
one?
below half. And,
No.
oh, what?
Don't steal the last one. Fine. Sorry, someone's stealing my cookies.
Um, but Ghost type. We're back on the Gen 4 train, baby. Miss Maggie is. I like the I
Hey.
like
Yeah,
the I like the I like the I like the witch vibes. I think it's a very pretty Pokemon, but and I will never forgive Fluttermane for overshadowing it in every single conceivable way.
oh,
Yeah. Like if they had made it like Fluttermane like be different stat wise and have like a different role, then I
They
would enjoy it better. But yeah.
they they probably couldn't just because of how Mischievous and Mismagius work stat wise. If
Yeah.
they changed its stats, it wouldn't be Mismagius anymore.
Have
You
you
know?
have you ever
No,
noticed?
I meant like when they did Fluttermane, because the other Paradox don't behave exactly like their non-Paradox counterparts.
I mean,
So
some of them do.
what I was saying, like with Fluttermane, they could have like I don't know, made it like bulky or something.
Yeah, I guess
Have
so.
you ever noticed that the future paradox Pokemon are always like the final form of whatever Pokemon that they are, but then a lot of the past paradox are just like their first evolution, like
Mhm.
Mischievous,
Yeah, sometimes.
Fluttermane. What?
Screamtail and Sandy Sharks are the second form.
Oh, whoops.
Well, they're still not the final forms, though, is what he means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any future ones that are like a middle one?
No, I don't think so. I think they're all finals or just single stage.
Yeah, Deli boards. Dragon type.
Oh,
all.
Iron Bundle,
Oh.
my beloved. Dragon type. Oh, yippee! Oh, what did I do? Okay. Dragon type. Gudra, my beloved. He's so friend.
Finally, the Cooper answer.
It's what the fuck? I will have you know that this is not a lustful choice. He's just a friend. He's just a silly little guy.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Big guy. He's a lot.
That's what I say about old man Jeremy down the block. We're just friends. Air quote. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But favorite pseudo legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Garchomp being my second favorite, but look, he's a snail, he's slug.
Ever notice how almost all
I don't like.
Oh, sorry, you go first.
Something I don't like about the Hisui and Gudra is the way it almost looks like it's in pain. Like it looks like the way its head hangs down, like it's. Y'all ever seen the horse under that one boss from Elden Ring, the big guy riding the tiny horse,
Radon.
The emaciated horse? That's just what it reminds me of when you see the overworld sprite and you don't look at it too closely.
Jesus Christ.
Dark type.
With Hisui
Absol.
and Gudra walking around with that dumb truck ass, I can understand why it would be a problem. Anyway, Absol's cute.
Absol, I like Absol.
When I think of Absol, I had a friend in high school who was like, I made a Fakemon like evolution for Absol, and they just gave it a sword on the other side of its head. It was just
crawling in my skin.
These words they will not hear.
They called it like Dub Soul or some shit.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about Absol. I think it's just a cute Pokemon. It's cute.
The hot topic goth
cool.
you.
Yeah. I think it's like Sephiroth Mega Evolution.
I really like that. I really like that. It might be one of my favorite Mega Evolutions. I don't know. It's like I say this and I'm like, I promise I'm not edgy. I'm not trying to be like an edgy 14-year-old. It's just cool, okay?
Maybe it's just because it grew a wing. I always thought it became Dark Flying when it Mega Evolved. For some reason.
I think it should be Dark Fairy.
Huh?
Okay, if I may speak up,
it's based on some weird Japanese mythology thing where it's like this but with an old man face.
You're saying, Aura?
If I may speak up for a second, there is nothing wrong with a little bit of edge. Edge makes things fun.
Please. Yeah, I'm always edging to Absol.
God.
Steel type.
Damn it.
Steel type. Yippee yay. This one I have a lot of issues with just because I don't know, dude. There's so many steel types that are just like, You know, I'm not a fan of the type in general.
Take personal offense with this?
What, you're taking personal offense from this?
No, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I'm okay. Well, Mawile.
Alright.
There we go. Just little guy, another little guy. I don't have much to say. I don't really care for steel types.
Okay, I was joking at first, but now I'm actually at war.
You're at war? Okay. What is your problem?
How dare you pick this as a throwaway answer?
It's like, okay, my other option would have been like Empoleon. I'm a fan of Empoleon. I'm a fan of Mawile. I think I like Mawile a little bit more than I like Empoleon.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Alright.
about it. Fairy type. I can do this very quickly if I find it.
Yeah, I could type
Mimic
that.
you, my beloved.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
You thought I was gonna do Sylveon, but no.
I am honestly
I
surprised.
was just wondering with how you were profusely apologizing about Lola Ninetales. I was wondering what would beat it out as a fairy type.
It's Mimikyu.
I'm honestly surprised Miloetta is not on here at all.
Alouetta. Alouetta.
See, I
With how
mean,
much of a Miku fan you are.
eh. I mean, I think only one of these is a Miku. Oh no, two of these are Miku Pokemon. Two of these are Miku Pokemon from the from Project Voltage when they did a Miku for every type. I think Chetot was the normal type Miku, and Miss Magius was the ghost type Miku.
Wait, Glaceon wasn't the ice type Miku?
No, Lapras was.
Oh,
Sings.
yeah, but Glaceon has the hair.
Glaceon does have the hair. That you're not wrong.
Glaceon has the hair and the Kahuchi.
Ah,
You had to speak.
Yes,
you
of
just
course.
yeah, you just have to turn every Pokemon has to be horny, I guess.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
no laws about the Pokemon, Batman.
Yeah, no, I can.
There's a reason why we don't. There's a reason why we don't do a Pokemon Smasher Pass because I would horrify all of you.
Yep. Let me be perfectly honest. I can think about 11 different things I can do to that fucking meteorite right now.
Jesus
At
Christ.
least one, actually two.
He does have 5 points.
Anyways, I need to leave.
And never talk to anyone again. Okay.
But yeah, this is a wrap on Aka. This is their picks for their favorite Pokemon.
Thanks
Well,
for joining us, Doc.
goodbye. Thank
Go
you.
boy.
Bye.
Okay, I guess we're back to me, and
Yep.
it's.
Nice.
Hang on, let me swap my scene over to my screen. Okay, ice type, yes. What was my ice type pick? Was
One moment. I'm gonna turn on
Pause
my
recording.
fucking AC
okay.
because it's really hot in here for some reason.
Do you want me to pause
Right
the
back.
recording real fast?
Sure.
Okay. So my ice choice, this might be a little controversial for all you Unova haters out there. It's Vanillix. Vanillux, or
The parasite.
yeah.
What do you mean by that?
So, in nature, the only time any animal looks like food is when it wants to be eaten because it's a parasite.
Okay, you say this. There's a TV tropes fan Pokedex thing where they. It's honestly pretty interesting. It's sort of like SCP, the way people all write for it. It's a bunch of people coming together to write like sort of realistic Pokedex entries for these Pokemon and describing their habitats and stuff. And like for the most part, they're pretty good. And then sometimes they just go off the fucking rails and just allow their shit to be part of it. And they say like, "Oh yeah, Vanillux is like a cluster of microorganisms."
Huh.
What? What the fuck?
Well, you see, Beth, a cluster microorganism is when you. I'm kidding. I'm being a shithead.
Microorganism.
My
Organisms.
yeah,
Those are all the tiny Shreks in my body keeping me healthy.
yeah, you know.
My biggest problem with Vanillux is that they didn't do a good shiny for it.
What is
Pretty
vanilla?
sure that was back when they were like generating the shinies with like I don't know what they weren't like hand picking them, or they weren't. I forget how they used to do them.
Yeah.
That's where you get all the the green one.
Oh yeah, shiny vanilla. The shiny vanilla family is just what's the word? They kind of the vanillish is pink, and then vanillite and vanillux are like a deeper blue.
You can
What?
show us what it is.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I could
Yeah,
have sworn Vanillux was one of the like green ones.
that would have been more
Oh,
No,
okay.
interesting.
Vanillish is pink.
you can pull it up
Yeah,
or
no.
no.
Where I'm looking at a Beth's thing.
All right.
Oh well. Okay. Okay. I guess it's the earlier lines are pink and this one's more purplish. It's just kind of hard to tell because
Mm-hmm.
the colors are so close, especially when you take away like shading and stuff.
Yeah, I was just thinking like you could have made it chocolate. You could have made it mint. You could have like done something cool with the shiny.
Yeah, like I said, it was. I think that was back when they were like designing shinies using some algorithm or something as opposed to hand picking them. Which is why you just end up with a bunch of green Pokemon. I wouldn't be able to find where the information about that is. So my turn.
Yes, ice type for
Yep.
Beth. Beth, what is your ice type of choice?
Go.
Sphere.
It's spherical.
It's spherical.
Spherical.
Now this guy.
I love these things, especially since like Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
What was I gonna something
This guy
uh,
doesn't finish sentence.
something? I can pop him into my mouth.
No, you
Pop him in
can't
your ass
because
like one of the target
it's
balls.
it's
Watch I put
way
the balls
bigger
up
than
my
your head.
tongue.
I'm sorry. My mouth has Ed and Eddie technology where my cheeks are like a fucking chipmunk, and I can store things into it that are way bigger than they actually are.
I need to get one of those life-size Sveal things.
And then beat me to death with it.
I mean, I'll do that. I'll do that before I get it. I need this more than I need life itself.
I need the Lucario one.
For what reason would that be?
I'm lonely.
But you keep talking about all the men you fuck.
Yeah, but they don't love me.
What about old man Jeremy or whatever
They
fucked
He
up shit
died
you said?
last
don't
week.
love you like I do. Wait, they don't love you like
I'm
I
kidding. My
do.
Jesus Christ. Chris, I think it's your turn. What's your ice type?
Okay, so my ice type choice is also my favorite Pokemon. So Lapras.
Lapras.
Yeah, yeah.
This is Chris's Gooner pick. I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah,
I
kidding.
mean,
okay.
it's very popular for that purpose.
Well, I've always liked Lapras because it's got a nice typing. It's pretty bulky. Uh, it's
Decently
not
versatile.
it's decently versatile, and it knows a decent move set. It's based off of Plesiosaur and a turtle. I like both of
It's
those
giving you bedroom
animals.
eyes.
I like that it's also Loch Ness Monster vibes, and I like cryptids, and I
Yeah,
just
like
always really liked Lapras.
the original beta English name for Lapras was just like Nessie or something. Yeah,
Oh, that's
Ness.
fun. I love Lapras. I would
Yeah.
give her a hug and give her a kiss. And then she would turn into the Lapras princess. No, I will
Why
not.
would I want? Why would I want that? Why would you want? Why would you want it? That's not a Lapras. That's just some woman.
No, it's just Lapras, but she becomes bipedal
Oh, why would I want that?
She gets.
and is 30 feet tall.
I can already get that without it being bipedal.
And in this form, she can fit a convicted felon. You know what? I'm gonna stop my train of thought right there.
We finally fixed the prison system. 4.
Oh dear,
Anyway, fighting time.
that's a convicted felon.
That's the plot of the Human Centipede, the third Human Centipede movie.
Oh yeah, the
Sort
third
of.
the third one's real fucked up. Okay, so
I was not aware they made 3, and I blame you all for telling me this information.
okay, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
they basically plot of the plot of the movie is they sewed an entire prison ass to mouth. Because like the whole thing about Human Centipede is every previous movie is an actual movie in the next movie's setting that the people in that movie watched. Like, yeah, this would
Anyway,
be a good idea.
fighting time.
okay. So I'm gonna be 100% honest. This is my Gooner pick. It's Lucario.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I mean, yes, it's a pretty good fighting steel type. Love that. It's my Gooner pick.
Okay, then.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing really else to say about Lucario. It was my first persona. Who has
I
bees
mean,
in their hat?
you do speak about that a lot, but I don't think I've ever seen you post anything like that
Oh, like in the not safe for work chat and stuff.
or anything.
Oh, I don't.
You talk a good game. Let's see you put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, Cowboys repping more than you. This point.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't like being horny around my actual friends. Okay, that's a
You're
fucking
horny
lie.
all of the time.
Damn, okay, there's
No,
Every other
he's horny.
sentence.
Okay.
He's being horny ironically.
Yes,
What he says, with irony, I say with whatever the Picard line is.
Look, I'm being horny as a joke. Like when I'm like, damn, I want to suck on some toes. I don't actually mean I want to suck on toes. Like the idea of if I were to accidentally
No,
share.
so you're being horny the entire time. You're just not being true to yourself.
Look, I need you guys to understand.
You're being horny as a performer.
If I ever post pornography in this Discord, it is on accident, and I will be immediately ashamed of it.
You do live in the Midwest. That's probably common. Yeah, you said this is your first persona, and I say, yeah, so is probably 75% of everybody else's first personas.
Well, what's the word? The furry community, at least like some circles that I've seen, are a little weird about Pokemon being like your fursona, because it's like, oh well, it's not technically your own IP, and it's like, yeah, but Lucario is a cool fucking Pokemon.
Seize
Anyway.
the means of production, bitch.
Now I'm thinking of like how many furries are their first persona the fucking fucked up air quote dire wolves.
Oh Jesus. So now my persona's kind of evolved away from Lucario, and like being a Lucario to just being like a jackal.
Jackal! It's a jackal! It's a jackal! Jackal! Jackal!
Time. If I didn't, if it wasn't right the first time, I don't remember the full quote. But also I have a bunch of different like personas, and I don't think we should really get into this. Anyway, Beth, what is your favorite fighting type?
Are you on my screen?
Yes, I'm on your screen. I'm saying what you say with irony. I say with conviction.
Yeah, so before it would have been Crab Roller because like
Crab.
it's like this is just such a good design, bogged down by having an awful, horrible evolution in every possible way. So now it would be Phalanx. It is just such a nice design, and it's decent.
Damn, poor. Oh, I do love him. He's a bunch of little guys.
They're bowling balls.
Balls. What? Who said that? I like.
I mean, you joke. This is also your answer. 6 dicks.
Oh my god. I don't remember play. What's the word? It's a pretty solid Pokemon overall, right?
God fucking
More or
damn it,
less.
Beth.
What?
What?
So you said the 6 dicks thing, and then my mind went to
Separate Virginias.
my mind went to that, but also just like no. Instead, they just have like they're doing the fucking Helm's Deep thing where they're like trying to bust through the barricade, but it's just a giant dildo that they're all holding and
Spencer.
God damn it. Chris, it's your fucking turn. Ow, my eye. Oh, fuck, my fucking eyelid. What's your favorite fighting type, and please? Oh, okay, Heracross is fine.
Heracross.
Love that.
Heracross. It's a big rhinoceros beetle. I like its typing. I just like Heracross.
Yeah.
Big Heracross is alright. I don't like it as much as the original.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, it looks a bit too lawn gnomey.
Yeah.
I explain.
I only.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you
Like
mean
it
by?
looks like a lawn gnome.
Yeah, it looks lawn gnome. I get that
I
it's
only
based off
recently-
a Hercules beetle instead, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just based on a different beetle. I only realized somewhat recently that its fingers are like guns, and that's why it has skill link and all those moves that work well with skill link.
Oh.
Although I will say that the Mega Evolution Heracross does kind of look like the Beta Heracross a bit more. That's the Beta Heracross.
I probably would have put Heracross on this list if I had space for it.
That's fair. And who says this is the last list we're doing? We're gonna do 1,000. I'm kidding, no. Okay, back to me.
I mean, that's basically all we do anymore.
Well, we're trying to get back into movie reviews and stuff. Hang on, let me swap over to the next scene. Okay, poison type. What did I pick for poison?
Nukem.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. I think this is my only legendary choice.
Poison type.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense for you.
Yeah, this is unfortunately this is another Coomer pick for me.
Okay, well, you need to say what it is because I'm not looking at your screen.
Oh, it's Okie
Okidagi.
Dokie.
Yeah.
Okie Dokie.
No. My cursor's disappeared.
Oh,
That's strange.
have you checked your butthole?
Pause recording for a minute.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess besides Okie Dokie being air quote Coomer pick, I like the vibe of Okie Dokie. I like it's like what's the word? I like that it's a reference to Momotaro in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's one of the 3 animals that Momotaro befriended.
Yeah.
I honestly think the funniest thing about this is when the name of the thing was revealed, everybody in Japan started. It's like everybody in Japan collectively found out about Okidogi's name, and then they started posting pictures of Okidogi giving a thumbs up, like, okay!
Love that. But yeah, nothing really else to say
Of course,
about.
I can't.
Yeah, I'll swap back over to Beth. Yeah, I like Okie Doggy. Oh no, not Chad Okie Dog.
Poison type is Rose Raid
Hell yeah.
because with Seismitoad and Colossal, Rose Raid is something I really started using a lot more in Sword and Shield as basically a lead with Spike, Setter, and Sleep Powder,
Hell yeah.
or the Colossal and Seismitoad to set up with. Yeah, it's a good Pokemon.
Also,
Answer.
she has a what's the word? They can fire off.
It's a,
I don't know what I was gonna say.
All right.
Yeah.
an even gender split.
So, in terms of my favorite poison types, there was a couple options I really like. Like, I like Arbok and Weezing. I like Crobat. I like uh, Spinarak. I
Big
like
dogs,
Wooper
small
and
dogs.
Quagsire. Venipede. But I kind of got to go with probably the only starter pick for this, but Venusaur.
You know what? That makes sense. Venusaur is one
I
of
like,
the Pokemon
I'm
ever.
gonna have,
yeah.
I'm gonna have some rain coming through, so if I disconnect for some reason, that's probably why.
Okay.
All right.
Should probably keep it moving then.
Okay.
My turn. Back over here. Ground type. What did I? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Good news. This is not a Coomer type, and I was able to find it immediately. Flygon. This was I believe Flygon. Flygon is technically a pseudo legendary, right?
No.
No,
No.
It's nowhere near the
no,
base stats to be pseudo legendary.
Well, either way, I really like it. I like all of its forms for Prince. The vibrating cicada Pokemon, and then Flygon. I think it's a pretty solid
it's
choice.
not a cicada. An antline grasshopper. But
Uh, but yeah, I really like Flygon.
Yeah, Flygon's pretty solid.
Yeah, like if
yes, I don't say.
I got swap back over. I have nothing else to say about Flygon. Beth, what's your favorite ground type?
Let's see. The lurk. This is really interesting. It's a really interesting design and all the things that it does. And it's also it's really interesting as a ghost type.
Yeah.
It's the mysterious energy, feeling it.
Yeah, honestly,
Like a lot of these end up being from like Gen 5
I do honestly really
and
like
Gen
a.
2.
Oops, sorry, you finish.
I did.
Oh, sorry. I do like when the when Pokemon introduces like a ghost type that has like a weird energy to it, like as you said with Golurk, because it's like,
Yeah, like,
what's its vibe, you know?
I do
yeah,
like that
because
it's from like
my favorite types are Steel, Bug, and Ghost, simply for how versatile they are in designs generally.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I like Golurk. I like it's very reminiscent of like
Like,
a statue Bronze Age.
like it has like a Roman aesthetic to it because of like the skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Greek. 'Cause Greeks did skirts as
Yeah,
well.
that one.
Yeah.
Everybody did skirts back then.
Yeah, Egyptians did them. Well, yeah.
Skirt goes skinny.
I'm wearing a skirt right now too.
The only ones who didn't were the Celts, not just because they were naked.
Oh wait, the Celts were naked back then.
Yeah.
Take me back. Take me back. I'm kidding. Okay, Chris, what is your favorite ground type?
So, to the surprise of literally no one, my favorite ground type is mammoth swine
Huh.
Oh, right.
because it's a
Big
mammoth. Yeah.
A
A pig
mammoth.
that looks like a mammoth.
I was about to say mammoth waste of time, but I don't know where I was going to go with that. Yeah, I think mammoth swine is. I like it as a Pokemon. I think it's pretty cute.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, back to me.
It gives like a much needed boost to Piloswine. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Piloswine was okay by itself.
It was in the earlier gens, but like power creep really.
Okay, so my favorite.
Being an ice type anything.
Yeah.
My favorite flying type, by the power vested in me, is Braviary. It's just a
I'm
badass.
American.
Yes, because it's my. If your guys' flying type choices aren't Braviary, you're un-American. I'm kidding, no. I just like I don't know. I like the vibe of Braviary. I think he's pretty cool.
I do like the Native American aspect they give to it,
Yeah.
so that it's not just red, white, and blue America.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's a pretty cool guy.
Incorporates some of the motifs of like the Thunderbird designs. Well,
And you can use Brave Bird with it as many times as you like without it getting dead.
no.
As many times as you like until it dies.
No,
Yeah.
that's a special
I mean,
ability.
So three
I like it for
times
being
pretty
a
much.
flying type. I like it for being a flying type bird that learns rock slide.
Well, yeah, no, that's his ability. Even Braver Bird, it lets you use Brave Bird without taking the recoil damage.
Oh, that's Rockhead, but good try. Okay, on me.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on you now. It's your turn. I'm just saying stupid shit at this point.
Oh, yeah,
Vespiquen.
so I wanted to fit Vespiquen in somewhere, and it felt more unique than picking another bird. So I really like Vespiquen for the implication of how it works, considering it evolves from a multiclustered organism of Combi.
Hmm.
So it'd be like I have a lot of ideas about this Pokemon's internal anatomy. So because it's like there are three organisms that evolve into one organism, which I think would give it like a three-lobed brain. Like their three minds sort of come together.
Oh.
There's
I think it would
just
be
two
interesting.
other ones in its ass. It's like
Well, because it does have the like beehive lower half where it keeps like the grubs that are the individual units of Combi. Like if there was any crits I would have about it, it is that its upper body is literally just an orb.
Or
If you
B.
look at it for too long. What's your
okay.
pick?
God, that's really cursed. Now that you think of now that I think about it. Like just remove its bottom half. Oh, what if it grows its bottom half like an actual beehive?
I don't think about that, and neither should you.
Has my game theory been canceled?
Like all game theory should be canceled. Matt Pat's a horrible person.
Okay.
It is Matt Pat, right?
Yeah, it is Matt Pat.
Okay, good.
Okay, Chris, what is your favorite flying type?
My favorite flying type is
Charizard.
Dodrio.
How was Owl?
Okay. Uh, Explain.
I like Ratites. I think it's fun that it has multiple heads. I think it's fun that it's a flying type that can learn fly despite not having.
Well,
Uh,
you see the other two
Yeah,
heads like flap like to take
I
off.
like using this on the I like using this on the normal team with Kangaskhan because it gets like jump kick and toxic quick attack and return probably.
Hmm. Interesting.
Something flying type. I don't remember. Maybe it was Brave Bird.
And I have seen the memes where it's like, how does Dodrio learn fly? And the heads spin like a helicopter. You just hold on to its legs as it
I
flies.
have not seen those memes.
Hang on.
That's terrifying.
Dodrio flying meme.
Let me swap back over.
Why weren't you on his screen already?
I didn't know we were gonna I didn't know we were gonna look up a meme. I was getting ready to go over to mine. That poor bird.
Yeah, I mean, it probably
There's,
just jumps really high or something.
there's this.
No, those aren't helicopter noises. It grows airplane wings. Love that. Okay. No.
Alright.
Moving on to Donkey
Moving
Kong.
right along.
Moving right along. My name is Kermit the Frog. My wife left me a long time ago.
Don't think that's great.
Okay, so my favorite. So, what do you guys want to guess my favorite psychic type is?
Oranguru.
That would be a choice. No, my favorite psychic type happens to be
Come
Bronzong.
on. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I remember this being a Pokemon that I used a whole lot in the fourth in Sinnoh. It's a I felt like it was a pretty solid wall. Uh,
wall. The wall. Nothing on earth can make it fall. I liked it more when Pokemon used to be able to learn Toxic for no reason. And you just
Oh,
use it as
I
Toxic
really
Assault.
thought you were going to pick Metagross.
I Metagross is fine, but I would have picked it for a steel choice.
Hmm.
But yeah, I really like Bronzong for a multitude of reasons. I like that it's a silly bell guy. Yeah, love me a bell. Okay, swap back
Okay,
over.
well, mate. Indeedy.
Ah, yes, the
It's
Chansey
spherical!
the Chansey replacement.
Yeah, I would have put this as my normal type, but I basically couldn't think of any other psychic type to put here. Because I knew it had to be this one, and it was either going to be the normal or the psychic. The only other psychic type I could think to put in here would have been Bruxish, which is something I wanted to bring up around Avery because he has a massive hate on for that Pokemon for some reason.
Oh, okay, I mean, Bruxish has them DSLs, you know, them dick sucking lips.
Yes,
I guess Avery doesn't like getting his
it's
dick
so
getting their dick sucked.
it's so round. It's adorable, and like I found one of these. I use this as a like a secondary team in Sword and Shield because I accidentally got into one of those raids where somebody manipulated the data to get the shiny for it, and it's like, yeah, okay, this is Destiny. I'm good with this.
I I
One is happy, the other is angry.
One has had a bazillion butt lift, the other has something else.
I think. I think the thing I don't like about it is that in Sword and Shield, both the male and female used to be able to learn expanding force, which was great with their ability that immediately set the psychic terrain. And then, for some reason, in the next game, they made it so the female Indeedee can't learn expanding force because the male is supposed to be offensive and the female is supposed to be supportive.
Lame.
Which, ugh,
Lame.
yeah,
They have you
Alright,
they have you gender stereotypes. One's offensive, one's supportive.
so for Psychic type, my favorite is Giraffe.
Oh.
yeah.
I also really like Farigiraf. Yeah,
Are you not picking Frigoraph because Akka picked it?
no, just I like both.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, Giraffurg is a fun Pokemon. Uh I've seen some fun pornography involving Giraffaric.
The thing I don't like about Girafarig in fan interpretations is that, like, oh, the head on its tail is like fully sapient head that can react as though it's its own thing. When, like, the head in the Girafarig tail has a very small brain that mostly just reacts to stimuli.
Eh, it's funnier if you're like making a comic or something to be like they're both equally sentient.
Pop back over to.
I blame the furries. I'm blaming this on you, Aura.
Oh, thank you.
Venom.
I'm to be blamed on a lot of things. Okay, now let me swap
I
back
like I like it when people acknowledge me.
over. Now back over to my next Pokemon pick for Bug. Now what's again? This is another. Okay, so this is another Kalos region. No, Galar region Pokemon, because I don't have anybody from Kalos yet. Apparently, let's see, where is it? It is. Where are you? It's Orbeetle.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Megamind.
solely based on his. I mean, I like him for a bunch of other different reasons, but it's solely because of his Gigantamax form being just a fucking UFO.
Galaxy
Fair enough.
Brain. That's just its head.
Da, 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 da. Oh my god! What the fuck?
Okay. Beth, what's your pick?
Okay, so this is Charger Bug. I really like the way this thing looks with its lens eyes and its mouth and its like battery shape. Also, the fact that its stats are like completely different from that of Vicky-Volt, and that it's like physical and defensive. You can put like an Eviolite and kind of play it as its own thing.
That would be fun.
I
I
remember this
also like.
from a. God.
No, you finish.
I remember someone. There was a comic like when Sword and Shield came out of like the main female character using it as a taser.
Yeah. I also like with a lot of the Pokemon that I like. It's generally also the cry is a part of it. Like with Octillery, Vespiquen, the Charjabug is one of those things that has a cool cry.
Hell yeah! I know you say that it's supposed to be like a battery, but for some reason I'm getting I'm getting like subway train vibes, like like the front of it. If that makes sense. Am I making sense?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, Bulbapedia even points that out, but of course, Bulbapedia pulls shit out of its ass all the time when it comes to origin and name origin.
Mm.
Because you can't prove that it's not based on this. Let's cry. It may be based on an accordion. Fuck yourself immediately, Bulbapedia.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't prove that it's not based off of the JFK assassination.
I'm gonna assassinate you.
So my pick for Bug is Beautifly.
Boo, boo, Beautifly, boo. We hate you. Boo, May sucks. Boo. I'm kidding. No, I'm being a
We
shit.
hate beauty in this chat.
I just like Beautifly. Yeah.
I'm
I
uncertain. I'm uncertain how to feel. I'm uncertain how to feel about its nubbly little arms and legs that look like they belong on a mammal Pokemon.
I only
Yeah.
tangentially hate Beautifly because I'm not a big fan of May from the Pokemon anime. And
It's
Beautifly
not a very
is
cooler thing of you to say,
I'm sorry, what?
but
What? Fuck, I forgot my train of thought. I think May it would have been better for May to hold on to the Dusk Talks and then figure out how to work that into her contest routine instead of sticking with all these cute and
I
adorable
mean,
Pokemon.
when Jesse and May mixed up their Wurmple, they've just returned them to the Pokeball and figure out which one was which. Because if they'd mixed them up, they wouldn't have had the Pokeball for their own Pokemon, and they wouldn't have been able to use them and put them back in the Pokeball.
Shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Back to my screen because it is now rock type. Rock type, hoo ha ha. Okay, so this is gonna be a weird choice. Well, not a weird choice per se, but I feel like I'm gonna get raised eyebrows for it. My favorite rock type is, where is it? There he is, Clawful.
Nice grab.
Yeah, he's a
You
correct.
mean Cloth?
Oh, sorry, I don't know where I got Clawful. Yeah, Cloth.
Clothful's a character from He-Man.
Big
Yeah,
crab.
that's cool.
But yeah, the reason why I really like Cloth is because he was my first shiny Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. I was literally rolling up to the fight with the big Cloth right outside the city, and this one popped up out of nowhere, and it's like, "Hi," and it's like, "Oh well, I can't not catch you. You're a shiny." Uh,
Yeah, I like the way its eyes work. I like the motif they did of it like hanging off the cliffs.
mhm.
I like its cry because a lot of Pokemon cries in recent years have just been turning into nothing. So with like Cloth and Orthworm, them having these big, unusual cries make them stand out more.
Mhm.
They're like really deep.
Plus, also in general, he's just kind of a solid Pokemon to have.
Plus, it's like a mono rock type, and you don't get those very often nowadays.
Yeah, and I
I
forgot what
guess there's also
I forgot what ability it had on it, but it was a pretty good ability. I remembered in Scarlet and Violet, I
Anger
tried.
Shell.
Hmm?
Anger Shell.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I remember that I had the idea of trying to run a team where it was all of like they're not totem Pokemon, but like all of the big Pokemon that were
The
guarding the herbs.
yeah, Titan
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Titan Pokemon. But there were more there were more types than I could put into my team, so uh, that ended up not happening. But yeah, I but Cloth stayed on my team. He was blue, and he was a lot of fun to play with.
Mm, Now it's time for Beth.
Yeah, Beth, what is your favorite rock? Is it amethyst or
So
rose
this one's
quartz?
in here. I mean, it would probably be Amethyst. She, like you said before, Pussy Stank. I guess you said that off camera, so that doesn't make sense out of context. Yeah, that's Aggron. This is like it's a
Aggron!
really cool design. It's a really big thing. Something else is already in the steel type, so this is where I moved it to.
Okay. Yeah, Aggron's
But
one of.
the way I the way I the way I use this on a steel team is with a focus sash and all into speed and attack with rock head,
Mm-hmm.
and then using autotomize with head smash and making it hit like a fucking train.
Damn. I like trains, and then it just goes rocketing by.
Like trains.
But yeah, my favorite rock is rose quartz because she did nothing wrong.
My biggest memories with Aggron is
I
actually
fumbled a BBW
Pokemon
like that
Go.
and was forced to raise her child. I would have eaten myself.
Is actually from Pokemon Go because for some reason, for the longest time, my highest like power level Pokemon were two Aerons, and I've made
Uh,
one be Steel focus because you can only learn two moves in Pokemon Go, and one be Rock focused,
uh,
and I would just switch them out depending on what I was fighting.
Love that.
I think the Mega Aggron design is decent. I like the idea that it's like just steel type from giving so much armor.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I did not. I forgot Agaron had a mega form. like completely.
And when did X and Y come out? When did Gen 4 in the end? Well, I guess they would have continued into Gen 7. Okay, Snake.
Oh yeah, let me swap over to stake screen.
So my favorite rock type is one moment.
Mm, I'll give it like 1 or 2 more seconds before I pause the recording proper. And pause. So what were you saying?
So my favorite rock type is also, surprisingly, my only fossil pick, and that is Aerodactyl.
Oh yeah, Aerodactyl's fun.
Right?
And it wasn't my favorite rock type for a while, but I've kind of just gotten more into pterosaurs
Mm-hmm.
as the years have progressed, and as evidenced by the fact I have 1, 2, 3 full skeletons of pterosaurs. Uh, I like Aerodactyl. I think it's a neat
What do
combination of
you
rock
feel
and
about
flying.
it? How do you feel about its lower jaw shape?
Its lower jaw is kind of fun. Um, Coincidentally, I don't believe the animal was found at the time. There's a pterosaur that kind of has a lower jaw similar.
Oh,
Like this isn't too bad when it's closed like that, but yeah, it has the wider mouth.
big
But there
upper bite.
is
But you at least get like a sense of how it eats from the shape of its mouth because it's like sort of beakish on top and giant wide saw teeth on bottom, so it just like snaps down on something and drives it into its lower jaw.
so there's a pterosaur called Sungaripterus that
Mm-hmm.
also has like a really large underjaw.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also one that I know it's not based off of, but it's called Pterodastra.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it was a filter feeder in Georgia,
Now,
I'm sorry, he's a filter feeder?
like a flamingo.
Oh yeah, I guess they are filter feeders.
Yeah.
Also, isn't Aerodactyl like literally the only single stage fossil Pokemon? Or am I crazy?
Yes.
yeah, well, I mean the fucked up ones in Gen 8 are because they
Yeah.
can't possibly
Yeah.
evolve.
God, could you imagine? Ash has one of those fucked up mixed fossil Pokemon on his team in the Galar
Yeah, it's
region.
so good.
It's constantly screaming.
In pain, in agony, in ecstasy, in ecstasy.
Anyway, ghost
Somebody,
type. You're up.
somebody agree. I'm kidding. No. Okay, let me.
I mean, no, Arctivolt is the one. It's the one because it has the massive backside.
Okay, ghost type. Okay, Chris. You know that I like the ghost types. Do you want to take a wild guess on what my favorite ghost type is?
Dusk Noir.
Beth, would you like to take a wild
Let's,
guess
let's see.
Mimikyu.
before I actually pick?
Driftloon because you're furry.
I, I, it's Chandelure. I like
Okay.
Chandelure.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I might have picked it for my I might have picked it for my fire type, my fire choice instead. But honestly, Chandelure is just a really solid Pokemon that I feel like people kind of shit on for no reason, despite it being.
It's so slow.
I didn't really care for Chandler for a long time, and then I was playing Pokemon Go for a while, and I was doing. And you can make a team of 3 Pokemon in it. And I had a fire water core of Torterra, Lapras, and then Chandelure, and was actually really competitive. Uh,
Yeah, yes, it's a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's a fire. It's good as a fire type. It's like a fire type that can learn Energy Ball.
yeah,
But yeah, I really
and
like.
the Ghost type helped me out when I was dealing with like because psychics are really a problem.
Yeah, no,
Being able to like, hit them is pretty good.
psychics are a huge problem. They scammed my grandmother out of all of her money.
Like
Yeah.
basically the only thing holding it back is just the middling speed stat,
Yeah.
and then Hisuian Typhlosion came in and ate Chandelure's lunch.
Oh damn! I forgot Hisuian Typhlosion was a thing. Fuck. Oh well. Anyway, Beth, it is your turn. What is your ghost type of choice?
Frostless. Like it's just a good Pokemon. It's also woman.
Woman. Honestly, that's fair. For the longest time, I thought Frostlass was Frostaglass. I don't know why.
Because you fuck up a lot of Pokemon names.
I know, right?
Okay.
Chris, what are your opinions on Frostlass?
It's good.
Woman. Good lead.
I like it's a unique typing of Ghost Nice.
What else? I'm kidding now.
It's I think I mostly wish it was in Gen. No ice types in Gen 3.
I mean, the Snorunt was in Gen 3, and Glalie was in Gen 3.
Yeah, I know. I wish I wish for Gen 3 because aside from Snorunt and Glalie and then the Walrein line, there is Regice. That's it.
I guess.
Uh,
Glalie's middling and Walrein's pretty good.
yeah.
What's Chris's favorite ghost type?
My favorite ghost type is Misdreavus.
Wow, what a surprise. Tell us.
Woman.
I have distinct memories of using in playthroughs and it just being OP because none of the early gen Pokemons. So the learn sets in early Pokemon suck ass, and it's almost all normal type moves, and none of them could hit Misdreavus. So between Misdreavus being immune to fighting and Ghost, and also having Levitate making it immune to ground, it's the meme of doesn't affect Misdreavus. Like your opponent just usually can't even hit you.
I know Misdreavus was in Pokemon Coliseum, and she was pretty powerful because of that. Okay, switch back over to my screen. What is next? Next is the Dragon type. What did I pick for Dragon? Hang on.
Dragging my nuts on your face.
You gotta buy me dinner first, Beth. I'm sorry.
Too bad I'm broke.
Well, I guess I'm not getting nuts on my face.
I spent all my money on infinite copies of Sword and Shield.
It's my favorite dragon type is a Drapult. Yeah, exactly. You know, everybody's favorite McFucking launches its children at the enemy. I think this is my only pseudo legendary on here.
That reminds. Every time I think of Dragapult, and I know it's like a fan thing. It's almost like so. I know, like they never like Team Rocket because Ash like left. Like ended being the main character. So Team Rocket was also removed from like the show, like the series, and they never went to Galar. And it's like if they went to Galar, I think Jessie would have a Dreepy and she would just throw it at people.
That's a great headcanon. I love that. But yeah, I think Drapult is a pretty strong Pokemon overall, and I really like it. Beth, what is your favorite dragon?
This is where I put Flygon.
Oh, I see.
It's just it's very popular. It's a very unique design. I don't think it should be bug type, unlike because just doing the obvious thing isn't always a good idea.
So I also chose Flygon for Dragon.
No way, really?
Yeah, so it's just
yeah,
like
Flygon's a popular Pokemon.
Flygon
it's
sweep.
just like it's like brain to brain communication.
Yeah, because like, what else are you gonna pick? Are you gonna go pick all the big, super, uber, mega powerful ones, or the fucking legendary Pokemon? What else are you gonna pick? You're gonna pick the underdog. Like,
I'll just say,
Flygon's certainly not gonna make it on the stats that it has.
I also really like Kingdra.
Before Fairy came along and fucked it up.
Yeah, I like Kingdra, and then there was trying to pull it up 1 second. Oh, yeah, Dragon.
Drag on this dick.
What?
Dragon.
You said Dragon.
Dragon. This one.
You know, like 2%.
I don't actually have the stream open. So...
Druddigon.
Oh, Druddigon. Okay, it just sounded like you were saying Dragon.
I was like, I also really like Druddigon. But yeah, Flygon.
I don't know if it was like the stream cutting out the one syllable, or if it was just
Okay.
because you're drunk like you always are.
I'm not drunk. I haven't drank alcohol at all today.
But what about last night?
You're hungover.
Didn't drink last night either.
Oh. Yeah, you have that auto brewery immune system disease. You're brewing it.
He's actually just Jesus and his blood is wine.
Holy shit. Alright, so yep.
Also, you can't give me shit for being the drunk one when we regularly have Avery and Cowboy.
Yeah, but Avery's British and drunk. That's fancy.
Also, Avery never comes on drunk.
Wait, has Cowboy come on drunk?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted. It is my turn. It is my dark type. So this is a weird. I feel like this would be a weird choice. It is, if I can find them. I went with Bombardier. Because once again, I just think it's an interesting like Pokemon concept. Yeah. And I remember
it's like the stork, but fucked up. That drops babies on people.
Holy shit!
It's another one of the team members of the Bad Parent Club.
I remember it. Like I had it on my team for Scarlet and Violet, and I remember it carrying us a whole lot as well. I just can't remember why.
Yeah, it carried me places and dropped me on things.
That's how I took care of Team Star. They like I didn't fight their fucking cars. I just got dropped
them off of something very tall and they died.
Yeah, especially that fucking fairy twink. He splatted good. That got dark.
Okay.
Speaking of dark,
yes, we're on dark type.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
What is best favorite dark type? Ooh,
Scrafty. It's a really interesting design. It's just such a good. It's so good offensively until Fairy type came around. Kind of fucked it up.
It's also
like strong physical attacker that also learns Dragon Dance and fucking. Remember that ability.
It's also Foxy. Your Gunner type.
No.
Oh, okay.
There's several other ones on here that were that, but this is not one of those.
Okay.
Like it's pretty much just a Gen 5 staple.
Scrafty is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, and now over to Chris, because I don't think we have anything else to say about Scrafty except interesting.
So yeah, my favorite dark type is Weavile.
Now, Chris,
I was going back and forth between Sneasel and Weavile, and I decided Weavile.
Now, Chris, I'm gonna say this with all the love in my heart, but Weavile feels kind of like a basic bitch pick for a dark type.
Yep.
Is that weird to say?
No.
I like Weavile. I also really like
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? You like who?
Murkrow.
Murkrow's also a good choice. I don't mean anything against it. Like, Weavile is a pretty good Pokemon. It feels like a
Oh,
very...
I know exactly what you mean.
Okay.
I liked using Sneasel when I played Crystal. I like I like its evolution.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with liking Weavile. You probably like
Yeah,
Sneasler
I've
too,
held
didn't
back a couple of times during this video from saying basic bitch, but yes.
you? Okay. Now for my Steel type. So once again, I had Aka's problem with picking a Steel type because I just
Let me
don't
kill all of you.
I don't really like a whole lot of Steel types.
Let me kill
My
I
all of you.
also really like Sableye
Sableye is also fun.
for Dark type.
Uh, my favorite Steel type that I was thinking of, if I can fucking find it, uh,
Just
nope.
type the word.
It's fucking the Bisharp evolution.
King Gambit.
King Gambit?
Yeah. Oh, there he is, King Gambit. Yeah,
Alright.
I I think King Gambit is an interesting
He's
design.
like my Japanimate.
Damn. Uh, he's also pretty strong. Uh, plus I also like I like Ponyard and Bisharp, and I'm very happy that it got a third evolution, even though it's a pain in the ass to get it evolved.
Every one of us picked Flygon.
Everybody really did.
I mean, I like the idea of King Gambit. About its face throws me off. Like the whole Ponyard line are like supposed to be they're supposed to be shogi based sort of,
Mm-hmm.
and then also have like a very light beetle motif
Mm-hmm.
because like when King Gambit does Ogeza, it looks sort of like a beetle. The thing that I don't like about King Gambit is that it doesn't walk and its hair just moves it around like a fucking hover chair. I can't get over that.
That is a dude. He also gives weird Common Rider vibes a little bit.
I mean, there is a Common Rider series called Common Rider Saber, where they all have the aesthetic of like a sword sticking out of their helmet.
Interesting.
Actually, do
I
have
thought
my
you were gonna
stream
say
open.
there's a Kamen Rider series where they walk using their hair.
Oh my god.
Do you have my stream open?
Yes, I do have your stream open. Yes. What is your favorite Steel Kent?
So, Common Rider Saber.
Oh yeah, this was the first COVID season, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because it like started in COVID, and the previous season, like towards the end, got caught up in COVID and lost like 4 episodes worth of filming.
Yeah. I
Filming time.
I've been thinking about also watching this season.
Mm, like Saber suffered a lot. I wouldn't highly recommend it unless you're just really curious.
No, that's fair. I what's the word? I will be honest.
Like it's not that it's not that it's bad. It's that I feel bad for it because it kind
Mm.
of ended up pretty not good,
Well,
and it gets shit on a lot. Despite having it has some like genuinely heartfelt moments. It just also has a lot of not very good plot
I mean,
and arcs.
if you really want to yell at me, I did watch the first. I got curious and I watched the first episode of Revice, and it's like, oh,
I'm
all
going
right.
to kill you.
No, don't kill
It's
me.
like that happened. That was Kamen Rider Revice was like thing relating to because of COVID. They wanted to we're gonna lighten things up, so we're gonna have uh this mugging goofy idiot who's constantly making faces at the camera as Vice, and his voice actor did some stupid shit right before Revice happened, and it's like the Kamen Rider Revice season doesn't know what it wants to be because it has some seriously fucked up shit in it, and then also this goofy idiot being a clown all the time.
I think some of the motifs sorry, I know this is a Pokemon episode and I'll keep my thing short. I think some of the motifs that I saw in the
I
first
think it's
episode
always short.
uh, in the first episode of Revise are interesting, like, you know, the whole like deals with devil thing, the stamp stuff, all that. I think it's really interesting. I think the suits look interesting. I love pink and light blue. So yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions.
I actually never watched the last 2 episodes of the season because uh, it was a 50-episode season because it was the 50th season anniversary,
50.
and the show pretty much ended at episode 26, and then they put 2 more arcs in there. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. The funny thing about the Revice driver is when you stamp it on, it has like the magnedoodle bit, and so the stamp has a magnet, and this side has the magnedoodle. Thing about magnedoodles is those things wear out.
Mm-hmm.
The image starts like it doesn't wipe away cleanly anymore, and people have already started reporting that the magnedoodle portion of the Revice driver is already starting to wear out.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh. It's just a shit show all around. So my favorite Pokemon is my favorite Steel type. My favorite Pokemon in general is Mawile.
Hey.
Like I liked it. I liked it back before it was good because like I don't like that they added the fairy type to it because the thing is like Mawile's a 50-50 gender ratio, and the adding the pink to it just makes everybody go, oh, it's a pretty princess. I fucking hate that. And then the mega evolution is like, all right, it finally makes Mawile usable. I don't like Mega Mawile's design very much.
I like Mega
It's
Miles
like
design, honestly.
I mean, I only like it. I only use it because it makes Mawile competitive and then makes it OP. It's just sort of the laziest idea you could possibly do with Mawile. Oh, it has a trap jaw. What would you do with What would you do with an evolution? Oh, give it 2.
Give it
Clap, please, for my original idea. Because like
barnacles. What's worse than
even before Gen 6. Even before Gen 6, you could go on DeviantArt and find fake Mon evolutions of Mawile that is just, oh, but it's this, but it's 2!
barnacles? What's worse than one trap jar on a Pokemon? Oh, I know. 2 trap jars. Okay.
Okay.
Chris,
Yeah,
what is
I like the design, I like the idea, I have a lot of strong opinions about its biology that people don't agree with because it does the second mouth is the trap jaw is not a real mouth, nor does it have a tongue. I've literally seen every official 3D model and card art of it.
I have distinct fun memories of using
Four fuckers.
Mawile
I'm blaming you and the furries again for this. Or
in Alpha Sapphire, and I like a male Mawile named Copper, who I just decimated things with.
hang on a second, let me. Yeah, you keep talking about that. I need to. Let's see.
All right,
Because
so
this is something that really bugged me about Omega Ruby because in Gen 3 you would get let's see, is this one big enough?
that's tiny.
Yeah.
I really liked Mawile. I really liked Sableye. And I remember I kept going back and forth of whether I wanted Mega Mawile or Mega Sableye.
holy shit?
Yeah, so you used to be able to get Mawile in Granite Cave in Gen 3. That's just where you'd get Mawile. In Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they hollowed out Granite Cave entirely for more Mega Evolution lore slop, and they made it so there are no Pokemon in Granite Cave. The only way you get to the Pokemon in Granite Cave is with the Mach Bike, which you get up here in Mauville. So, if you want Mega Mawile in Omega Ruby, which you would be want to do because Mega Mawile is good, you would have to go all the way up to Mauville City, get the bike, then go all the way back.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Oh yeah, Chris, what is your favorite steel type?
My favorite steel type is Steelix. Because I really like Onyx. The issue with Onyx is he kind of sucks. So I like Steelix because it's
Hit
Onyx, but good.
Geodude hits harder than Onyx.
Yeah. And I really like Steelix because Steelix was one of the first Pokemon I ever used.
Mm-hmm.
And because it was like a Pokemon my very first
How?
playthrough. So I remember I think I got Rocky the trade Onyx and I traded it with somebody, maybe Cowboy, with the metal coat,
Okay.
and then got a Steelix for my first playthrough of like Pokemon Crystal. And I had a Steelix on my team, and that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And I just enjoy Steelix, and I still use Steelix several times to this day, most playthroughs.
I don't mind Steelix. I just don't like how it's become like the go-to for every steel type from like most steel type gym leaders or in Elite Four.
Yeah,
Sometimes because of like Jasmine has one, Byron has one. There's just like
like
something else.
Jasmine makes sense because it's a steel type introduced in
It's her
Johto.
ace.
Yeah.
It's her ace.
Although I think she probably should have had a Magneton and maybe one of the other steel types introduced in Johto instead of two Magnemites. But yeah. Yeah, I like Steelix.
She couldn't get to Kanto to get Skarmory.
Damn.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when Skarmory is technically available in. Uh,
Yeah, she couldn't get to Kanto to get it. Like she wouldn't have Magneton because Magneton evolves. I just got to Jasmine and beat her in my Crystal playthrough. Magnemite wouldn't have evolved by then in that point in the game.
I thought it was like one evolution level off.
I mean, maybe, but
Because Magnemite
I would
evolves
say
at level 30.
yeah, no, they're not one level off. They're like 25.
Yeah.
Both are like 25. Or 28.
We're down to the fairy types now.
My favorite.
Are you all ready to figure out what my favorite fairy type is?
Oh, you ready?
No, Jasmine has in Gold, Silver, and Crystal 2 level 30 Magnemites.
Holy shit.
So yeah, they're at the evolution level.
Oh.
Anyway,
Okay.
see, I think they should have given her like a Fortress or a Skarmory, and then had one of the Magnemites be a Magneton.
Yeah, I think maybe it's because like Magneton is like pretty decent special attack stat.
Yeah.
Going from fucking Magneton into a goddamn wall that is Steelix.
Yeah, although she is like, depending on how you, well, Johto's weird because she can be either like the 5th, 6th, or 7th gym. Anyway, fairy type.
Anyway, my favorite fairy type is Tinkaton.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, she's so cunty.
The thing that always sticks in my head with Tinkaton is someone was doing they were doing calculations like which Pokemon could actually fly. And then they did one of which Pokemon could actually swim. And they're like, and the Pokemon that there's like most Pokemon can swim. The only Pokemon that can't, and they list off a couple of them, like Golem was one of the options, and they were like, and then Tinkaton. And honestly, girl, just put the hammer down, you'll be able to swim. Like, just stop trying. Don't try to carry the fucking hammer while you're swimming.
Yes, Tinkaton, the CBT
No, you
Pokemon.
see, it's like it flies, but like Thor, where it just like swings the hammer around really fast and then lets go while holding on and lets the momentum carry it.
Tinkaton
I wish.
Tinkaton was sneak peeked in the Kanto Switch remakes where she like shows up and starts swinging the hammer around, and then she grabs on the Pikachu and she's like, "Let's go, Pikachu."
But the issue with that is
What the
there's
fuck
no
was any of that?
there's no Corviknight in Kanto.
What do you mean, Kanto? Oh,
the Kanto
Because
remake.
Nick said Kanto.
oh.
Yeah, I don't know why I like Tinkaton. She's she's fun.
I know why you like Tinkaton.
Please enlighten me.
She's a small, angry lady who carries a massive weapon.
It's the same reason people like Midna.
Whoa, hang on. I know a couple of reasons on why people like Minna.
Yes, I'm saying it's the same reason.
Oh
Also,
no!
I also know why you like you also like Tinkaton because you hate birds.
Like throwing rocks at birds.
I mean,
I wish Tinkaton was a more decent stat wise.
that's fair. Oh, Tinkaton, what? Why is your special defense so high?
So she doesn't get one shot by fire.
You know who
I
else?
mean, they made its attack stat so low so it can have the one big hammer move that only goes off every other turn. But fucking damn it, why is a Pokemon that looks like this a special defense bulk Pokemon? Come the fuck on.
I think it would have been fun if like you made it so that it's like it's got good bulk, but like normal attack moves, but not like low attack. Anyway,
Best
what's
favorite
your pick,
Pokemon?
Beth?
Best favorite fairy type.
Yeah, this is where I put Azumarill. I generally don't like the fairy. It's not that I don't like the fairy type Pokemon. It's that I don't like the fairy type as a concept. So, like, this is the most bearable one that I could put here. Like, Azumarill's really good, and arguably got better with the fairy type with Play Rough. Like, I would have put maybe Dedenne here, but Dedenne's not very good. I like the way it looks, but it's not good especially not as a fairy type. Whereas in the generation it came out, it couldn't learn Dazzling Gleam, the one good special fairy type move that it could have gotten. It didn't.
Okay.
Hang on, let me hit you with that. Alright, and
Like,
now,
yeah, it's one of my favorite Pokemon.
yeah, no, as
And now it's actually usable because water isn't a special type.
Azumarill is a pretty fun Pokemon. And Chris, I
And
swear to God,
then
if I see you put in Meryl, oh no, somebody else. Oh yeah, Rabombi.
Rabombi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really like Rabombi.
yeah. Explain it in great detail.
I thought it was a cool bug type to add, and I already had an electric type locked in, so I didn't really want to use Vikavolt.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to use a bug type, and I decided to go with Rabombi, and I ended up really liking it.
The other problem with Vikavolt is his pussy stank.
Okay.
what the mandibles do.
No, sorry, I meant it more as just like he gives bad energy. Well, anyway, so yeah, this was.
Peg, you know this. Peg, you know this. What are book vaginas called?
Oh my.
Because they'd be
Uh,
ovipositor.
well,
Oh,
not every bug has an ovipositor.
yeah, and
Um,
I don't think the ovipositor isn't the vagina. It's just the thing that uh
I
dispenses the
know
egg.
that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
all right. Yeah.
We can't dispense anymore. We can't dispense eggs anymore because of the economy.
Damn. Well, this is Chris's. These are Chris's choices. All pretty solid choices. And then we'll swap back over to Beth to check out their list of Pokemon. Yep, all pretty
Yeah, I
decent.
think of the list. Yeah, I think of the list, I couldn't like maybe I would have put Heracross. I couldn't fit Heracross on there. It is one of my favorites. Let's see. Like I mentioned, Bruxish. I probably would have put that on here if I had space to do so.
Or if just Avery was here, just to fuck with him.
It's I I honestly keep floating the idea of just putting in DD as a normal and then putting in Bruxish as the psychic. Like I just don't have a strong feeling for the normal type, and like I feel like anytime I like this is just one of those things I keep waffling or you know what, fuck it.
No, that's understandable. Normal type's kind of an just kind of a, it's a Pokemon type that's there.
I
Anyway,
like the design. I like the interesting way it's a physical attacker, and the psychic fang move that was basically made just for this, and that gave a boost to a bunch of other Pokemon. The ability that it has, the dazzle ability that Serena ripped off, and like I like the design. It's just a shame a lot of the Pokemon in Alola, the newer Pokemon in Alola, were harder to find for whatever reason. Like the only thing holding it back is just middling stats.
I think the issue with Alola is they like I'm okay with them adding in a bunch of. And the problem is also it's some problem to Kalos in. They bring back a lot of old Pokemon, but if you're gonna do that, I think you should make the newer Pokemon like prioritize. Like, don't make them rare spawns, make them the
Yeah,
common spawns, and the
I
older
feel
Pokemon be
like
the rarer spawns.
I feel like the reason why they do that is because of the Gen 6 mindset they're still in. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, if we prioritize these new Pokemon and don't put enough of the old Pokemon in, the fucking boomers won't be interested because we're not jangling their keys in their face.
yeah. I think if
Was
you're gonna
how
introduce, I think like I guess not to say it twice, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think if you're gonna add in new Pokemon and old Pokemon in like the same room, have the new Pokemon be the 25, the 50% encounters, and the old Pokemon be the 10 and 5% encounters. So that way you kind of prioritize the new ones while still having the old ones for the boomers who want to be like, but I want Pikachu again. Uh,
Charizard.
I think
yeah,
I think all the old and new Pokemon should be put into the same room and forced to beat each other to death.
and then compressed into a small cube.
Yeah. Wait, that's the Pokemon Fusion game. Anyway, Chris,
Yeah.
would there be any changes to your list if you thought about it a little bit more?
um, like I said, maybe for Dragon King Dredagon, there's a couple good ground types. Like I like Golem. Uh,
I
uh,
do like bringing up Druddigan because everybody shits on Druddigan despite the fact that, oh, it's supposed to be an ugly design. No, it's like based on an old drawings of how Europeans used to draw dragons.
Mhm.
Also, it's a gargoyle.
I
I
also
think
like
that's cool.
Turtutinator.
The
The
Turtonator.
Yeah, the turtle explosion. And
Michael
then
Bay.
I like for normal types, I like Kangaskhan. I like Tauros. I like a couple like I like Persian. I like Meowth. Poison. There's a couple of poison types, like I mentioned. There. Arbok, Weezing, uh, Toxapex.
In a minute.
Most of
Yeah,
the
I couldn't get.
fossils are contenders for rock types, like Kabutops, Omnistar. I really like,
Paleontology stereotype.
yeah,
Like,
Tyrantrum, Aurorus,
yeah, like the
Archeops.
Pokemon I probably couldn't fit on here. Honorable mentions would be like Orthworm. I couldn't put that on there because it's Wawa has to go there, and it's just a Steel type.
Mm-hmm.
Sneasler
Sorry.
probably, but I couldn't. I don't think I could put it over Roserade or Phalanx.
Mm-hmm.
See, I said Seismitoad, but I had to go with Octillery because that was more true.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Haunter.
Obviously, Heracross. Yeah. I probably would have put Alolan Executor on there if I could.
Yeah.
Also, maybe like Scolipede because everybody likes Scolipede, and like Raboot because like Raboot is like my favorite mid level starter.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put them on any of them on here, but I really like the Tapus.
Yeah.
For me, let me swap back over to my screen real fast. Boop boop. Honestly, if I could, uh, I would, I would either replace my poison type or what's my poison or my bug type with Solipede, because I like Solipede, uh, or Scolipede, the fucking horse centipede from Unova.
Horse.
Yeah, it's a horse.
Well, there's a lot of grass types I like. I like
Yeah. See, can you
Ludicolo.
imagine trying to do this live? Because like when I
Yeah,
suggested this, I told everybody else to like fill out a copy of this ahead of time so that you'll have all the answers in front of you.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. Uh,
like I like a lot of grass types. I like Victory Bell. I like Blossom. I like Tangela. I like Ludicolo. I like Breloom. I like Tropius. I like uh, Leafeon. I like Rotom was another one I wanted to add. I just didn't really find a place for it. I like Levani. Uh,
honestly, I could have probably.
Phantom. Bunkboo. Go on.
Sorry, I'm just looking
Christ has
through.
a fat ass.
I'm looking through all the ice types, and I'm like trying to think of like what might have been a better ice type to pick besides Vanillix. But like honestly, I think Vanillix is kind of like my favorite. I probably would have picked Auroras, or maybe
I Yeah,
or
Aurorus. I like Amara over Aurorus because the tail on Aurorus really kills it for me. That doesn't. That's not how that works.
or maybe Snom slash Frostmoth,
No.
Yeah, those are good. I like Titan.
Yeah.
or Chin Pao. I really like Chin
I
Pao.
actually have. I actually have a ice type gym leader concept that uses Vanillux as an ace and has all the quote unquote silly ice types, basically as a counterpoint to all the people who bitch about Vanillux and quote unquote silly Pokemon.
Hell yeah.
They're like, oh, this one's a bad design. And it's like, no, it's a silly design in a children's game. You, you, you fucking douchebag.
Yeah, no, I can go on and on about Unova, like people over hating Unova because it's like, oh, it has a bunch of silly designs, and it's like you realize a lot of these designs are inspired by like the fact that this is a new region, so they're trying to like it's supposed to be Kanto again.
They're
You
making
realize that, right?
XPs.
Yeah,
They're making XPs of previous Pokemon in previous generations.
like Trubbish into Garbodor was supposed to be fucking Grime
Muck
into
and Coughing.
yeah, Muck and Coughing, uh fucking I can't really say anything about Scolipede.
I think one of the most unique
Yeah.
versions of that
Well,
was instead of Voltorb Electrode, they made the Pokeball mimic be the mushroom,
mushrooms.
like Fungus and Mungus. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that was neat.
the thing. Well, when talking about Gen 5 XPs, you have to like take out all the things that every generation has, and Scolipede and Leavanny are the two cocoon Pokemon that every generation has.
Gotcha.
Though they are honestly the most like Swadloon and Whirlipede are the two most interesting cocoon Pokemon because they are cocoon or larva or pupa or whatever, but they actually do things.
Yeah.
That was another Pokemon. I guess not a Cocoon one, but I also like Galvantula and Joltik.
Yeah. But
I didn't want to. I was thinking of like doing those for Electric, but Electivire won out.
yeah, no, that's completely fair.
I guess that's one thing we can do. Like
I think you made the wrong choice.
looking at the picks you have. Like I guess what types tend to be your favorite because a lot of these are dual types. So for me, apparently I really like Bug, and I'm fairly big fan of Flying. Apparently too.
That's because everything's flying. Flying lives as a subtype.
Yeah.
Like I already stated, mine are like Steel, Bug, and Ghost.
Yeah. I don't really know what my favorite kinds are. Well, my like favorite subtype, because my types are kind of all over the place.
I got a decent amount of Ice types. Well,
Let's see, because we
Just
have
aren't you complaining about the black and white types?
I know just yeah all over the place.
got Bug, got a decent amount of normal types as well.
I got it. What if the next Pokemon is a Pokemon that's just a scab?
Scab?
Yeah, scab, like a skin scab.
Why would you say
Anyway,
that?
I think we're just stalling for no real reason.
Regional
So
Joltik, regional Joltik that is bug normal type and disguises itself as abs on people.
What the
so
It's bedbug.
it's just a tick. No interesting thing about it. It's
Decided to get
just a
really fucked
regular
up with
tick.
this one. Decided to get
Bye
really
guys,
fucked up with
guys.
this
No
one.
matter.
No, let Beth finish their thought,
Don't let the bedbugs bite.
or do let them bite because you might be into it.
That's why Aura's house is made of bed bugs.
God damn it. Okay, then I'm hitting the stop recording button.